Out in the convention center, a lot of hectic times out there. But I'm joined with the Ultimate Pool guys coming over from the UK, man. Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Why don't you guys let's introduce yourself. Let's start with that, man.
Yeah, well, I'm Simon. Been a commentator presenter with Ultimate Pool for a while now. Involved in everything going on with Ultimate Pool back in the UK. Exciting stuff. Everyone seems to really be enjoying it. We thought we'd come out and try and bring some of that to America.
Who's your muscle over here?
Yeah, so I'm Adam. Obviously, I'm on the American side. Kind of do all the league operating stuff and kind of handle all the American end in terms of the leagues and the tournaments, booking and everything, along with our team.
Introduce Ultimate Pool for those of you guys who haven't seen it online or haven't watched the UK version. Break it down for me in a layman's term.
Okay, Ultimate Pool, professional tour. We've got the top players playing English 8 ball, very, very similar game, just slightly different table of balls, but it's the professional side of the game. We also have the sort of challenger tour that's associated with that as well, but we put on a lot of professional events. We have a weekly show that goes out in 66 countries on television. We're on one of the biggest state networks.
Show and Pool.
Yeah, Show and Pool. every single Monday night throughout the year without fail. We're one of the biggest channels in the UK as well. It's kind of a really big deal, yeah.
How have you gotten that buy-in from broadcasters? What separates you guys from the traditional like American pool that maybe the fans who watch the show have seen over the years?
Yeah, one of the big things that we do that is kind of we've brought to it really is the match clock. You know, we have a 3-hour show. We have 4 players. They play each other 6 matches over 3 hours, and we get a winner. And it's a match clock, a shot clock, and it means we have to finish on time. We have a 3-hour window, and that's it. 6
matches over 3 hours. I'm no mathematician, but yeah. I'm guessing that's 30 minutes a set.
20 minutes a set, because obviously you've got the broadcast around it as well, so you've got to get time to get me on the camera.
How many
as well.
games of 8 ball can you get in within 20 minutes?
We do 6. So we do 6 races to 4. It's fast, it's furious, it's exciting though, it creates drama, people love to watch it. You know, we've got people that have not been involved in the sport at all. You know, we're creating a whole new audience because of this drama that's created, and then the professional side of it, because that's a professional tour, but we have deeper tournaments which are for the professionals.
Alright, so format 8 ball, right?
Ball,
so
yeah.
how are you guys bringing over UK tables over here, or or English balls? What are you guys doing over here? What's the difference?
This,
That's the biggest thing. I think one of the things, being here at this event.
That's going to be the thought of players, right?
Everyone's asking us, that they feel like we're trying to bring English ball to America. That's not the case at all. What you guys have got over here is fantastic. The game's huge. The passion for the game's amazing, but. We're just coming over here and we're going to put Ultimate Pool spin on American pool. That's all it is. We're going to play on 7-foot tables, but it's American tables. We're going to use the Aramith balls. We're going to use American-sized balls. We're not bringing English pool to America.
We're just playing international 8 ball rules,
which is minor differences.
All right, so let's go to those minor differences. Me and Simon played some pool. He plays all right. But I got the better of him that time. But break it down for me. What's the rules? What are the differences? What can the amateur players expect?
It literally is just a couple of minor differences. You rack the 8 ball on the spot, not the head ball. That's one of the big things. When you've got an open table, you can't play a solid onto a stripe to go stripes. You have to pop the colour that you're going for.
Because usually in BCA, you open the set, you can combo stripe into solid and take the ball that got pocketed.
No jump shots.
No jump shots.
So no jump cues.
No.
Manufacturers are gonna love that, boys. Cue companies are gonna love that.
We've got an amateur 8 fast format, so we're doing a fast 8 format. So
what does that mean?
Jump cues. So 9 ball rack.
Okay.
But 8 ball rule set. So fast 8.
Wait. So you're talking? I'm going to be racking 9 ball.
Yeah.
But you're playing 8
ball.
So you're playing 4 and 4,
yeah.
4 solids, 4 stripes, and then.
Yeah. So that's for the amateur stuff. That's one of our formats to where
really
you'll be able to use your jump cues.
I like that. Oh, so you are going to be able to use jump in that format. In that format. Okay. But it's not. So you're racking up 9 balls there, but you're not playing in rotation. You're just playing solids and stripes kind of game.
Fast 8. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Just a fun variation on 8 ball, but it is 8 ball that we're bringing over.
Are you better at that game than the 8 ball?
I got you on the 6 ball shootout. Though,
you did. You did. Yeah. I wasn't used to it. I did a stretch before. I cramped up on it. Man.
And that's one of the things we probably should mention while we're talking about rules and different things. Obviously, we had to go at the 6 ball shootout.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
It's one of the big things that we have in English pool is the fact that if a match, because we've got a match clock, if the match finishes tied when the clock runs out,
so 20 minutes is up.
Yeah.
It's tied 3-3. Let's say race to 4.
Yeah.
Then what happens?
You pop 6 as quick as you can, and I have to go try and beat that time. It's simple as that.
Well, I tell you guys, and I'm not saying it because they're here, it's a really exciting format. You break the balls and you're just running around the table, but it's not like, initially it sounded gimmicky when you told me that, but then when I'm playing it, it adds a level of excitement that makes me want to try better and do better.
But what you have is the match clock creates its own drama. People are trying to, you've got to run around and try and make clearances quickly at end of matches when you're playing 15 seconds a shot as well. So that has its own built-in drama, and of course the six ball shoot, we call it 6 red shootout because we play reds and yellows, but 6 ball shootout in America, it is fun. But imagine having a tournament on the line with it. It's fun, but it's brutal, which is viewers want to watch drama.
Right.
It's
well,
dramatic.
that for sure, and it sounds like it's resonating overseas. You know, if you guys are getting into to that many countries and broadcasters, and you were telling me as we're walking over here in pretty some prime time spots when it comes to time slots.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in UK, we're Monday night 6:30, 3 hours. I mean, it's on prime time telly. It's one of the big networks, TNT. It's huge.
So over there, when I'm watching Ultimate Pool, I'm watching professionals. I'm watching Melling. I'm watching Potts. I'm watching these big names, big guys, big personalities. But you guys are trying to do amateur stuff here in the U.S. Why that transition?
Just in terms of obviously the pros have somewhat been looked after, but we think the amateur game and the grassroots have been mistreated for a long time overall.
Elaborate on that for me. I like upsetting people.
Yeah, so I mean, just in terms of payouts, in terms of, you know, if you're traveling to a tournament, you're going all the way to Vegas. As you know, the pool community is not a rich community. It's everyone's working class. Everyone's
for sure.
You know, and it's a big time commitment. You're talking 6 hours a night every Tuesday, once a week.
6 hours if you're lucky, yeah.
So obviously our format's all time, so we've got 30-minute match clocks on the league. And obviously the payout, travel money, everything's kind of organised by us versus it being individual and separate.
So are you guys talking more value for amateur players whenever they're spending the money?
A ton more money.
Yeah, and it's not so much the money as well, which is great, which is kind of the carrot, but even our experience on the app.
But it's important though. I mean, listen, you especially these days, you know what I mean? We're post-COVID. You're talking about everybody. Things are going up in the world, right? You want to get more value on the dollars that you're spending these days.
So what I'd say is that the value of what we're going to be doing initially is going to be great, but actually it's the experience that we're
the game's fun.
The games, we want to create nights where people go out, they can have some fun with their friends, they can just enjoy themselves, and they're not going to be hanging around waiting for matches to finish. And it's too long.
That's the other thing, man. I don't like playing leagues. You want to know why I don't like playing leagues? Because I fucking hate waiting around. I hate sitting around and waiting for a long match or a long race to finish. But you talk about time matches, then I know more or less the window I can expect to play.
It's one of the big things, really, is making that experience more enjoyable, and obviously then you've got the elements that we're talking about in terms of fast 8, 6 balls and all that sort of stuff. But
you guys have been here now for a few days, what's been the feedback like from fans? Have you talked to players? Have they been open to it? Are they excited about it? What's been
we've had a lot of the pros that are already interested in the event and have already signed up too, but also, you know, the Americans are already trying to work out the 6 ball shootout break, where to break from, where to
Americans
stop
are rack mechanics, man. They know how to move the one ball a little bit.
We don't really have that in Europe, but it's definitely something they're already trying to work out.
Yeah, I think
really well.
my big take of it, this is the first time I've been to Vegas for an event like this, my big take is that the passion for the game is huge. Everyone loves it, but you walk around, you talk to people, and there's grumbling going on, you know, people moaning about when they've got to play, how many times they've got to play, not having a break, all that sort of stuff, because of the way we run events, the way we use technology to help us out. We can improve that process, so you can still enjoy the game because it's still the same game that you love, but it's going to be more enjoyable.
I like that, man. I like that.
You can control the time on all the tournaments and everything, so you haven't got some of the players playing at 4 a.m. and 24 hours straight, because we know exactly when you're going to finish because everything's timed.
Well, let me ask you guys a big question, because you go out there, there's players of all different skill levels, right? We have ways to handicap, and there's been ways to handicap pool for ages, right? Talking from way back when you're an A player, B player, whatever. Now we got Fargo Ray. How are you guys going to get amateurs involved where they feel like they have a fair shot? What systems, or how are you going to be implementing something where it's competitive?
So we have our own algorithm, so we call it the up score. Also with our app, we've got ID load up and facial recognition in the app, so you can't have 2 or 3 different names on the thing, so everything that gets loaded up, you have no other choice.
Really?
We have conversion rates for all the different ratings, whether it be Fargo, whether it be APA, so we can convert everyone in. So if a team wants to go over, we can already give you a score and a set thing. Yeah,
I think a good way of thinking about it is similar to the same setup it is now, but we're making it fairer. We're using technology to allow us to make it fairer. The algorithm will work. We've got the facial recognition, as you just said. It just should make it an awful lot fairer. So a handicap should be, we're playing much more of an even match.
So if I'm signing up, let's say the Louisiana Open, which we'll get to here in a minute, if I'm signing up for it, what can I expect as an amateur player if I'm playing in, let's say, is there an open event? Is it a handicap event?
Our first tournament's an open event, so we're kind of launching to America with an open event. Anyone can get involved in Louisiana, but once you start getting into the league structures and things like that, that's when the handicaps will come into play. But this first event is just an open event.
Okay, so I go in there, I'm just playing the races to 4.
Sevens.
Sevens? Raised to
Tournament
7.
different.
Tournaments played. Our open events are different. So like what we just talked about with the Monday night show is it's a specific for TV broadcast.
I gotcha.
And that's one of the things while we're talking about TV is we are trying. We have got plans in place to try and get this game back on telly in America as it should be.
So what's the plan in place for you guys? Because obviously we hear about the Louisiana Open, $38,000 added over 3 different divisions, right? But you got Open, you got juniors, you got
Got the women as well.
The women as well.
Women and juniors is a big part of what we want to do. Especially the juniors, we want to really help the grassroots of this game grow.
I like that.
Yeah, because I think it's really important. We need to get some more American players back up there and doing well.
But if you got guys that are used to playing handicap systems, you're starting off with an open event. I don't know if they'll be, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but I don't know that they'll be so inclined to say I'm going to go participate in something brand new, but I might get slaughtered by, let's say, SVB, who's waiting for me in round 2.
Right, yeah. Obviously, our open format and stuff, it's more of a showing America what we do, what our format's about, people learn the game, because all the questions we get is it English 8-ball? Is it a small white? Are they round pockets? It's more of a
well, that's the first thought.
Right, this is what we're doing.
We have to announce, we have to show people that this is American pool we're doing, and this is really important. So this Louisiana Open that we're doing is hugely important, just to announce ourselves to America, and it's going to be free to air. Everybody can watch it, and the broadcast.
Free where? How can I? If I'm a fan, where can I watch?
Well, we're going to be putting out through our social medias. We've also got Ultimate Pool USA app, which is going to be coming out, and you'll be able to watch it through that. No paywall. You can watch it through. You sign up for the app. You can watch it through the app, but it's not. There's no pay involved. But we put on a show. It's not. We talked before on the way up here. It's not a stream that we're putting on. We're putting on a show. We're putting on a full broadcast. I think what we do, what we've learned, what we have in the UK is great broadcast qualities. That's what we want to bring across. So when it comes to our open events and big events, we want to put out a show.
How's the field looking so far?
Good.
It's looking good, yeah. We've got also an invitational tournament on the Thursday that we're about to announce, and it's stacked. We
like breaking news around here. Let's hear it.
Well, we've got a 16-player tournament that's coming out. We can't announce it yet, but we're giving you a little insight into it. It's coming. We probably shouldn't have said anything, but it is coming, I promise you.
It's going to be April 20th?
19th to 21st, and obviously the Thursday we'll have got an announcement coming, so make sure you check out our socials and follow it for that announcement.
Go follow Ultimate Pool USA,
yeah.
Right, for all the social media stuff. So let's talk about after the event, what can people expect? Are you guys going to be reaching out to room owners? How are you going to start getting these grassroots leagues picked up here in the States?
So we've already got franchisees in place quietly. We'll pretty much be in every city and every town in America so far, what it's looking like. So there'll definitely be a league near somebody to go play in. And so obviously the league operators, similar to APA, similar to the BCA, they're speaking to the bar owners and everything like that. And then we will roll out kind of middle of May, and we'll be ready to go.
Okay.
So yeah, all the announcements and all the franchisees will get announced in the
So
next couple of weeks.
if I'm a room owner who's watching right now, or a league operator, or if I'm interested in it, how can I reach out to find out more information on this?
So yeah, once we announce, we'll have the app. So as soon as they go on the app, it'll pop up. It'll know your location. It'll tell you who the nearest league operator is, the nearest pool rooms that are, they're allowing an ultimate pool in, and they can reach out to the league franchise and good to go.
But best thing I'd say is reach out to us on social media as well. If anyone wants to know more, reach out. Reach out to Adam, who's going to be in charge of all that sort of stuff as well. He'll give you more information, and we've got plenty to sort of say and do. So
you guys are making a splash, man.
we're trying.
I don't know if that's going to go over so well in some groups of the pool industry here in the States, but it might go over well in others.
But look, people don't like change. That's the thing. But we're not trying to change. We're not trying to make wholesale to say changes. We're just playing the game that you guys all know and love. We're making minor differences to the rules because I think it's important to have synergy across the rules across the world. The international 8-ball rules that we're bringing in, we've talked about the slight variations. That's played around the world.
It's subtle.
So
it really is subtle.
But if you're playing the same game here as you play in England, as you play in Morocco, as you play in Australia, as you play in Malta, or everywhere, I think that's a really important thing. So that's why we could have come in and just said, we'll keep it the same, but that's the subtle differences where we feel it's needed, but it's the same game really.
It's worked for you guys over there, and I think including the balls, including the tables, things that people are comfortable with, where they're not going to have to make overhaul changes to their game themselves. You know what I mean? They're still going to play on the equipment they're used to playing on. Then they're going to feel okay, I'm giving it a shot at least, and then the product's got to stand on its own.
Also, as development-wise for the US game as well, we've got a kind of a road to pro. We have a challenger tour, so all your kind of 700 Fargos that are kind of sitting around, we actually have a challenger tour, and the pro rankings, you can get relegated and promoted as well. So we've had people do the challenger tour who are on the cusp of being pro,
Right.
they go play. Once they win their ranking points and they get high enough, they actually get introduced into the pro side.
So what's the end game here when it comes to, let's say, the professionals and amateurs? Because I know right now you're doing an open tournament in juniors and women and all that, but what's the future looking like when it comes to the amateurs? That's the bread and butter. You look down there,
right.
I mean, there's pro players down there, but it's a room full of amateur players who love
Yeah,
playing.
I mean, I think you know it's going to be a long journey. It's going to be
Right.
stepping stones along the way. First thing we want to do is announce, then we want to make sure we get the leagues up and running. Everybody playing Ultimate Pool, everybody aware of Ultimate
What are they
Pool.
going to be playing for though? If I'm paying some money every week, right? I'm paying dues or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
What's the goal?
So yeah, we'll have our final, or nationals as you guys call it,
Yeah.
and essentially it'll be a similar format. Obviously qualifiers, each 32 teams get a qualifying spot in each area. So, and then obviously the 15% is back to the players as all cash, and the 5% covers all their travel fees, because we want to make sure that on our breakdown is that I've been to Vegas and I am $3,000 in the hole after I've played and I've placed.
Yeah, it's a big nuts
And
crack,
it's-
and then you
yeah,
go and you go deep
you
in a
know,
tournament and you
and-
barely even
right,
cover
and
expenses.
We've got to give back to the players.
Yeah.
They deserve it. We've got to do it.
Yeah, that's big though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's how you'll gain trust. But I'm going to be a skeptic here, because there's a lot of people that are going to say, I don't know if I trust these guys. I don't know if I want to send them my money. I don't know if I
Right.
want to join in.
Yeah.
Why should they give you guys a chance, man? What faith? Why should they give you guys faith, man?
Because what we've done, we've got a proven track record already. You know, we've got, you know, like we've talked about it before, you know, we've been on, you know, 66 countries on TV.
Yeah.
We're creating a lot of buzz in America, in England and Europe.
Yeah.
There's so many people want to
Gotta
play
have a good
football.
reputation to do that.
Our amateur tour that's associated with the professional tour in the UK is oversubscribed. You know, we're filling up every single event. We can put on multiple more events because people trust what we're doing. They love what we're doing. They want to play. It's fun. It's an enjoyable way to play the game that we all love.
And we're not doing it in just the UK, we're in Malta, South Africa, we're all over.
All over the place, yeah.
So
It's
now
going
you're
around the
coming over
world.
to the States.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a big pool of players out here to kind of to get excited about the game.
And that's our main thing, even with the, you know, with the Challenger Tour and everything.
Yeah.
The pool of players you've got, there's really only Asia that can compete.
Yeah.
But there's not, when you look at rankings and you look at everything, the amount of talent you guys have in America versus who's in the rankings and who can afford to do it, it doesn't translate, it doesn't make sense.
What are the events going to look like down the road outside of leagues? Is it going to be a combination of amateur stuff along with pro stuff, or what's? Can you shed any light on that?
Initially, it's going to be open events because we want to get around the country. So we're going to have a number of open events to try and get everybody that wants to play.
It's an interesting take, Simon, because right now America's it's flooded with handicap, amateur, split bracket stuff.
We just want people to be able to come and play and experience Ultimate Pool. You know, we're not going to make it super high entry or anything like that. We just want to make it accessible for everyone, and we're trying to move around the country for that. But you know, the longer plan will be to, you know, we start looking at what can we do more at the top end. Can we create a pathway from the junior game all the way up to the top end? You know, through the
because I feel like a lot of players, they don't want to go on there and get slaughtered by a higher ranked player.
But
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Once we've got the app and everyone's signed up and we've got our algorithm and we know we're comfortable with people obviously people can manipulate.
Right. It's the nature of the beast.
I can't force you to shoot as hard as you can every day, but we can make sure that it's the right person who's saying it. They don't have different scores in different towns and different states, and then once we've got that, we can do more of a handicap system and more of a handicap tournament for them in the future.
But also the events that we're putting on, these open events, you know, okay, it's open to absolutely anybody, and we've got a few top names that want to come and play. A couple of them already, you know, they said they're going to come and do it, but it's $100 to play in it. It's $130, you know, to come and play with a really good prize pot. You know, you could turn up and there's a lot to win, but we're paying 10K first, but we're paying deep as well. You know, the prize money isn't just top heavy, so you've got an opportunity to cash. And there'll be players that will go, why do I not turn up? Because, you know, so and so is going to be too good, he's going to win. But you've got an opportunity to come and potentially play against some of the best players in America on a level playing field and seeing where you're at. But also, we're going to have a ton of mini games going on. There's going to be a big sort of party atmosphere. Mini tournaments are going to be on, certainly on the Thursday. We're going to have them around the event throughout the rest of the weekend. You know, and it's not just turn up, play one match or 2 match double elimination, 2 matches, go home. You've got a ton of other things you're going to get a lot of value for your money. And yeah, you could have a good run. You could, you know, end up.
And it's fun too. I'll tell you guys, man. I tried it out the other day, and I mean, listen, everybody in America, they all started off the same way, playing 8-ball on the bar table.
Right.
You know, my fondest memory with my grandfather growing up, going to his game room, was playing 8-ball on the valley table. You know, and so on the note of equipment, you mentioned Aramith. What tables can players expect to be playing on? What other?
Yeah, so in the Louisiana Open, it'll all be diamond tables.
Okay, nice. Okay. And so 64 players? Is that the cap or?
On the
256 on the Open.
256
on the Open.
Yeah. You guys are going in with the bang,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, 256.
Aiming high.
And it's selling well as well.
Really?
The only way you can get into play is online.
256
and it's selling well.
players.
We've got the women's, which is
Over
32,
3
and the
days.
juniors and 32. Yeah, 3 days, but it's well scheduled. You win, you know when you're next
You're
on.
gonna
You
sleep
lose,
on
you
the
know when
table?
you're
No.
nobody's going to be playing late.
Yeah.
Nobody's playing early. Honestly, you schedule it well, it all fits. And this is the beauty of having the way we're planning it now.
256 players. Yeah. That's pretty strong, man.
And we got the whole, we got convention center, so we got a massive room. We got plenty of rooms for tables. We got exhibition tables. We've got like Chris Mallon's going to come over and do some exhibitions for the juniors and stuff like that as well. And yeah, it'll be a shock to the American ball player that they can be done in the tournament by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night latest.
Well, look, I think you guys got a good formula. It's obviously a great game because we all know 8 ball on the bar table. I'm excited to see what the future holds for you guys. I'd love to talk with you more as Louisiana looms, in the next in the next month or so, and kind of preview it some, whether it's players lists or additional formats. I know you guys are announcing something pretty big coming up on that Thursday as well. So let's continue talking, and we'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good luck here in the States, boys.
Thank you.
And Simon, you got action in Louisiana, buddy.